Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we will study the moment of inertia of a solid uniform bar of rectangular cross section. So let us suppose a uniform bar of length L, breadth B and thickness T with G as its center of mass and capital M be its mass. Now we have to find out the moment of inertia of this rectangular solid bar. For that, first of all, we have to decide the axis about which we want to find out the moment of inertia. So, let us suppose an axis perpendicular to its length and passing through its center of mass. Here, we have taken this Z1 as a required axis about which we have to find out its moment of inertia. Now, since this bar is of uniform composition, therefore its mass per unit length is equal to m upon L, that is mass upon length. Say it is equal to small m. Now, since Z1 is a required axis that is passing through G, and we have to find out its moment of inertia about this Z1 axis. So let us suppose this rectangular bar to be divided into a large number of thin rectangular rods. Say one such rod be this rod as shown in the diagram at a distance x from this Z1 axis, and this thin rod is of small length dx. Now we can find out the mass of this thin rod with the help of this mass per unit length. Since its length is dx, therefore its mass will be equal to m upon L into dx. Now we have to find out the moment of inertia of this thin bar or this lamina about an axis, say KL, that is passing through its center of mass here, and also this KL axis is parallel to a Z1 axis and is at a distance x from this axis. Now the moment of inertia of this lamina will be equal to mb square upon 12. Since its length is b here, the length of the lamina is this b, therefore its moment of inertia will be equal to mb square upon 12, that is m upon L dx into b square upon 12, or we can say that mb square upon 12L into dx. This is the moment of inertia of a lamina about KL axis. Now we have two parallel axes KL and Z1 here at a distance x from each other. Therefore we can find out the moment of inertia of the same lamina about Z1 axis using the principle of parallel axis, according to which the moment of inertia about Z1 axis is equal to di1, that is the moment of inertia about KL axis, plus mx square, or it is equal to mb square upon 12L into dx from here, plus m small m, that is equal to m dx upon L into x square. Now we have the moment of inertia of this thin lamina about a Z1 axis. By integrating that moment of inertia between the limits, we can find out the moment of inertia of the whole rectangular bar. Now the limits of integration will be taken with respect to this Z1 axis. The values for x for the integration will vary from the lower limit x is equal to minus L upon 2 to the positive upper limit plus L upon 2. Therefore, the moment of inertia of the whole bar will be given by integration di2, that is this value, that is equal to integration minus L upon 2 to plus L upon 2 mb square upon 12L plus mx square upon L dx. Taking out m upon L as a constant term outside the integration, we have integration minus L upon 2 to plus L upon 2 b square upon 12 plus x square dx. Upon integration, we get b square upon 12 integration of 1 here is equal to x plus integration of x square to be equal to x cube upon 3 between the limits minus L upon 2 to plus L upon 2. Putting the limits here and upon calculations, we get the moment of inertia to be equal to m upon 12 into b square plus L square. Here we can see there is a symmetry in the moment of inertia. Our axis z1 is parallel to the thickness side of the bar. Therefore, in its expression, we have b square and L square, that is, length and breadth appears in the expression of the moment of inertia. Therefore, if we see a similarity here, if we have to find out the moment of inertia about other axes also perpendicular to the other faces and passing through the center of mass of the rod, then we get, if the axis is parallel to the breadth side, then the moment of inertia will be equal to m upon 12 L square plus t square, because it is parallel to breadth side. And if our axis is parallel to the length side, then the moment of inertia of the same rectangular bar will be equal to m upon 12 b square plus t square. Okay. Now a second case is to find out the moment of inertia of the same rectangular bar about an axis perpendicular to its length, the same thing but passing through one of its corners, like this. Here we have, let n1 be the required axis that is perpendicular to the length side and passing through one of the corners of the bar. Now again this n1 is parallel to this z1 axis about which we just have calculated the moment of inertia. Now the distance between these two axes is given by this small d. Now this value of this small d is given by the Pythagoras theorem in a right angle triangle DPQ, right angled at Q. Now dp square is equal to dq square plus pq square, that is, small d square will be equal to dq square, that is half of the length square, and pq square, that is half of the breadth square. Or we can say that d square is equal to L upon 2 square plus b upon 2 square using the Pythagoras theorem. Now we have two parallel axes n1 and z1, where this z1 is passing through the center of mass of this bar. Therefore, using the principle of parallel axes, the moment of inertia of the bar about n1 axis, about this axis, will be equal to the moment of inertia of the bar about z1 axis, that is I1, that we have calculated in the previous case, plus mh square, h that is equal to d. Therefore, we get m upon 12 L square plus b square plus m d square. Using the value of d in this expression, we get I n1 is equal to m upon 12 L square plus b square plus m into L upon 2 square plus b upon 2 square. Using this value of d square here, upon calculations, we get I n1 to be equal to m upon 3 L square plus b square. This is a required result. Thank you for watching my video. Keep watching.